Good morning, myself is Saktivel, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, K.S.Rangasamy College of Technology. Today we are going to discuss about the subject called machining process. In that we are going to discuss about the machining tool 1. In machining tool 1 we are going to see about the shaper. The shapers, we have the tool reciprocates, work table fixed, then metal is removed on forward stroke. The metal will be removed on the forward stroke. The feed is given at the end of cutting stroke. The feed will be given at the end of the cutting stroke. The metal is cut and removed by when the ram is reciprocate against the workpiece. So the metal is cutted and removed by the tool when the ram reciprocate against the workpiece. Then we're going to see about the classification of shaper. The shaper types. So we have the four types of major types of classifications. One is the type of driving mechanism. So when the driving mechanism concerned, we have the slot, crank and slot link drive, then quick work drive, then hydraulic drive. When we are going to concern the type of ram travel, we have the vertical shaper machine, we have the horizontal shaper machine. So we are going to consider about the type of table, universal shaper, then standard of planar shaper, then type of cutting, we have the draw cut shaper, push cut shaper. Standard shaper's parts, the base, table, column, then cross lights, tool head, ram. So this is the 2D diagram of shapers. We have the base. In this base we have the table. So table, we have the column. In the column we are going to assemble the ram on the top. So in the ram we have the slapper box, tool post. The tool will be assembled on the tool post. Here there is a driving bull gear. So the stroke length will be adjusted in terms of bull gear. So the crank, there is a crank pin will be available. The crank pin will be adjusted. Based upon that, the stroke length will be adjusted. The tool will be fixed on the tool post. The job will be fixed on the vise. It will be fixed. The tool will be reciprocated. The material will be removed during the forward stroke. Not the tool will be the return stroke will be a ideal stroke. So we have the horizontal shapers, we shown in the figure. Then we have the vertical shaper. The vertical operation will be done. In horizontal shaper, we are going to done the horizontal operations. So specifications of shapers: the maximum length of strokes, the maximum stroke crosswise movement of the table, then maximum vertical movement of the table, power of the motor, type of driving mechanism, ratio of cutting stroke time to the return stroke time. So that is the ratio, cutting stroke to the return stroke. Then type of shaper, plain or universal, net weight of the shaper, then floor area. So these are the main class specifications of the shaper machines. Then we have the shaper quick return mechanism, crank slot link mechanism, quick work mechanism, then hydraulic mechanism. Then we have the crank and slot link mechanism. The crank and slot link mechanism, we have the bull gear. So in the bull gear will be assembled, the driving pinion will be assembled on the bull gear. It will be rotating. The bull gear will be attached. It will be rotating. Then here there is a crank pin. The crank pin will be adjusted based upon the pin adjust. The stroke length will be adjusted. Okay, it will be moved from up and down based upon this our requirement. We can adjust the stroke length by means of the bull gear pin, crank and slot link block. Here the block will be available. The crank pin will be adjusted based upon the bull gear and the crank stroke will be adjusted. The power will be transferred from the driving pulley to the bull gear. So it will be a 1:5 ratio. So it will be a 5 rotation of the pinion. It will be rotated at a 1 rotations. It is the 1:5 ratio. So main parts of the mechanism, we have the lead screw, we have the crank pin on the center, we have the bull gear sliding block, then block, rocker ram sliding block, then bull gear, then slider will be there. It will be sliding. It will be convert the rotary motion into the linear motion. The crank and slot mechanism will be convert the rotary motion into linear motions. Then we're going to see about the hydraulic drive. So hydraulic drive, there is no mechanism at all. So only a piston cylinder arrangement. The oil will be sucked on the one side, it will be sent to the other side. It will be pushed back to the forward directions. Then the oil will be returned to the sump. Then it will be retract to the original position. The ram will be moved forward and backward directions. So then we're going to see about the feed mechanism. The feed mechanism, we have the crank and pinion, then worm weir mechanism. We have the evaluating screw, then horizontal rod, cross feed screw, then cross light column. So based upon we're going to rotate these lead screw, it will be move up and down, forward and backward directions of the table. Then automatic feed mechanism. So we have the automatic feed mechanism, pin, spring, then ratchet wheel mechanism, then pin and pilot or rocker mechanism, mechanism. It will be some operations like thread cutting, then grooving will be done through by the automatic feed mechanism. Then clamming device. The clamming device, in clamming in a vise, clamming directly on the table, clamming on the angle plate, clamming on over a V block. Then fixture, clamming in a vise. So the workpiece will be clammed directly on the vise. The screw will be moved forward and clamped properly. Then operation will be done based upon the position. Then clamp directly on the table. So the block will be directly bolt on the clamp on the table by means of this T bolt, then clamp, then stepped block. So based upon this stepped block, the clamp will be clamped by means of the T block. This workpiece will be clamped directly on the table. Clamping on the angle plate. The angle plate, the job will be fixed. Then the tool will be move forward directions. Then it will be the work will be done by based upon the movement of the tool.